Norbert Mao, the Minister of Justice designate, is coming out to give himself a lot of importance when it comes to the downfall of ANITA Mao. Johnson, when Norbert Mao speaks, you may think that he had a sole fight to bring ANITA Mao down, which is not the case. Norbert Mao said these statements.
You need to know that I have not been an elected member of parliament. I could not even vote in this house. This is the first time I'm capable of voting in parliament. I have been on Kameme. Now I have a seat. And the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs can contribute to making parliament better. But for me, it is my duty to call upon the new leaders. But if you want a straight answer, I want to tell you that there were big obstacles to doing any reforms in parliament. We first had to remove the obstacle. There was nothing that could be done. In fact, you should be thanking me for making it now possible for anybody to even suggest changes. Didn't you feel a change when you were entering parliament? There is a remarkable feeling of being welcome to parliament finally. But previously, this parliament could not breathe. I'm getting so many messages in my phone from the staff thanking me that you don't know what you have done for us. So removing what is bad is just a first step. Doing what is good is the next step, because you must destroy what is harmful, then you build what is useful. That is the theory of revolution. So I could tell you that I could have done, because there was no environment which was welcoming to any proposal.
That is Norbert Mao. First of all, for me, I keep on telling people that Norbert Mao is one of the wise leaders. But when he joined the NRM, that wisdom is continuing to melt away. Norbert Mao cannot come out to claim that, because the way he is speaking is as if he says that he was the masterstroke of bringing ANITA Mao down, contrary to what he says. The people who are supposed to be given credit for exposing the road, the corruption of ANITA Mao, one is the opposition led by leader of opposition, Jerry Sonyoni. Because before Jerry Sonyoni, when Martha Sipoko was in the commission, we never see the road in a parliamentary commission. It took the wisdom of Robert Chagwan to bring the new leader of opposition, and we started to see information leaking. The other people who are supposed to be given credit are the Agathas, the Spire, who made the parliamentary exhibition. We are able to see the corrupt, the scandals within the parliamentary commission, the money that was being hemorrhaged from the commission, and that acted as a trigger and a springboard to other things. We thank people like Sechikupo, who brought a petition to be debated in parliament, and it took the Speaker of Parliament to block this. In different parliaments, a speaker must give leeway for any petition to be discussed if he doesn't have any problem. But under ANITA Mao, we saw that. Norbert Mao came on the last resort when he wanted to be speaker, and he used that as a corruption strategy. Before that, Norbert Mao is among the people who even came out to defend the speaker when he was sanctioned by Dubai and the United States of America. He came out to say that the speaker is being sanctioned because he passed the homosexuality law, contrary to what was happening. Because the opposition used to come out to say that the sanctions came because of corruption, not because of the law. But because he wanted to be speaker, he used that as a ticket. So Norbert Mao cannot come out to claim that he was a panacea to bring ANITA Mao down. It's not the truth. In fact, he continued to say this.
You saw the kind of law that they brought, which was just intended to deny NUP money. We were not even allowed to debate it. We even went to the iPod summit and rejected it and said we are going to have to repeal it at But they had already passed it. We needed to create the conditions for reforming Parliament. Now we have the conditions for reforming Parliament, and I've been like the liberators. So me, I'm a liberator. You are now, I see you commenting that, okay, you removed the previous speaker through your forceful campaign, but you never benefited because you are not the speaker anyway. I don't have to be the speaker. When you're a liberator, you liberate. You are like a hunting dog. You hunt, you bring the meat, you may get bones, and it is okay. The family is fed. I'm okay with that. Sometimes you are like a shoe which walks on thorns. But when the one wearing the shoe is entering the house, they leave the shoe outside. It doesn't enter. That's also okay. That's what liberators do. So don't feel bad for me that now you did all the donkey work. But those who were just in hiding, in fact massaging the status quo, are now the ones. That's okay. They now have an opportunity to do what they were being prevented from doing. So I did my part. And one of the biggest things I've ever done is this. Perhaps next to when I led the community of northern Uganda to go and meet Kony face to face. Because some of you in Kampala were saying Kony doesn't exist, that is a fiction.
That is NOBERT MAO. So NOBERT MAO is a good negotiator. He negotiated for the position of the minister. Now he wants to take away the credit, which ordinarily was done by the opposition. NOBERT MAO came on the tail end. He cannot come out to say that it's a panacea to take ANITA down. It's not the truth. It is the opposition, it's the leader of opposition, it's the activists like Spire and Agatha who came out with everything, with evidence. Some even went to jail, like Abibu Wembo, because of ANITA. Some even went to jail. There are very many people who were jailed because they came out to stand against ANITA. It is the truth. Okay? So NOBERT MAO cannot take away the credit. No. Because he was among the people who supported ANITA when the sanctions came. Although, I think NOBERT MAO is also a good leader. Although I didn't want his decision to join the regime, most especially the authoritarian regime, by promising us heaven and delivered nothing, by promising us reforms and delivering nothing. It is the truth. So for me, I don't think that for the strategy of NOBERT MAO, it can work to paint a picture of credit. Okay? And by the way, the last person who put NOBERT MAO, who put ANITA down is General Kaguta Museveni. He could have retained her as the Speaker of Parliament. But even General Museveni saw that the conduct of ANITA was even tainting the picture of NRM. You know, General Museveni does not want impunity that is being put in the eyes of very many Ugandans. He prefers the impunity which is low. Like people who steal and you never get to know about them. But if you steal and even show on TV, you give people billions, you steal, and the impunity ANITA showcased even threatened General Kaguta Museveni. That's why he made that decision. Of course, that's my opinion. Is truly Mr. Makindi Kabesulaiman Magal. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I will see you on another one. Peace.